Because there's a damning leaked report obtained by the New York Post of FBI and rank-and-file agents giving their review of how Kash Patel is running the FBI. They call him a clown who's obsessed with social media and wasting taxpayer money, and claimed that after Charlie Kirk's assassination, he refused to leave the FBI plane until a female agent found him a size medium field jacket so he could walk off
looking good.
the plane with a jacket that said FBI. I didn't make this up.
You know, Whoopi, in the old days, J. Edgar Hoover was happy with a pair of pumps. I don't really know why there's a problem.
I've heard that, but here's the reaction out of D.C. Watch.
He's been using a government jet for personal flights and lavish vacations. He's been taking his girlfriend on overnight dates on a $60 million government jet. The guy who was the least qualified FBI director in history.
We've probably never seen an FBI director care so little about his job as Kash Patel. He could simply choose not to take these trips and to focus his time on his job, protecting the American people, or he could pay back the taxpayers.
Yeah.
Well, this will come not as a surprise to anyone. Patel denies any wrongdoing.
Duh.
Yeah, and the White House defended him as a critical member of the president's team working to restore integrity to the FBI. But if half of this is true, even just half of it, is his loyalty to you-know-who going to be enough to save his job?
Well, you know, it was Dan Bongino who they said was a clown. This report said was a clown. And, you know, when you have clowns running an organization, it becomes a circus, right? Yeah. And so that's really, I think, what's happening here. What we have to understand is that the FBI is a crucial part of our government. It's within the rubric of the Department of Justice. And what they are tasked to do is to protect the United States, our country, from terrorist and intelligence threats. They enforce domestic and international terrorism, foreign counterintelligence, cyber-based crime, public corruption, organized crime, white-collar crime,
what they used to
human
do.
trafficking.
But what do they do now?
But my point is, I've worked with FBI agents. You know, I've worked with FBI agents as a federal prosecutor, and it is one of the most important jobs within the Department of Justice. And the fact that you have 24 FBI sources, the fact that you have 115 page report saying that career FBI agents are losing confidence in the agency and are leaving the agency, leaves our country unprotected from domestic and foreign threat. That is how serious this is. And will he leave? I don't think that President Trump will fire him, but I think he should resign. I think he should leave.
Well, so should Trump resign. That doesn't mean you're going to do it.
It doesn't mean he's going to do it. But he's just not qualified. Well, he's not qualified.
You know, we talk a lot here about how we're living in a time of misinformation and disinformation.
Yeah.
And in the report, we talked about how a lot of people criticize that not only Kash Patel, but Dan Bongino relies on social media. When Charlie Kirk was assassinated, he went to X to post, or Truth Social, I don't know which one, to social media to post that they had the person. And
Kash
then
Patel, that's right.
Yeah, and then he had to go back later and say, we got the wrong person. Everyone's watched a movie or Law and Order SVU or true crime, and you've seen at every press conference, law enforcement is very careful with what they reveal to the public because it can undermine an entire investigation. It can undermine punishing the person that's guilty. It can also spread information falsely. Once it's out there, you can't drag it back in. So people are normally so careful, and this administration showed us with Signalgate, showed us with going to Twitter with big news. I remember getting a lecture in a news department when Twitter first burst onto the scene in 2009, and you could tweet, and they said, it is more important to be accurate than first.
Always.
And I find that this is such an important branch, and he is heading this agency. To know that social media is his go-to media source should be concerning to everyone. And the jet usage, okay, so he's got a girlfriend. She's a country music artist. She's
Well, that's, come on. She's trying to be a country music artist.
But he gave her full security detail. He flew to watch her sing the national
She has
anthem.
a security detail?
He gave her full
full
security
security,
detail.
yeah.
And we're paying for it, the
Yep,
taxpayers,
yep. And then
correct?
also, he had said in 2023 that Ray, who was in charge of the department at the time, shouldn't be using the jet. There's so much corruption. Now he's used it to watch her sing the national anthem. He went on a golf trip with some buddies. That is not your private plane, dude. Like,
No.
that is literally not your plane.
Yes,
I
but
don't
you know, the whole administration.
I will say this, I
believes
have
that
to correct
that's
myself.
Go ahead.
Patel says that he repays the American people for his private
Did you get a
usage.
check?
I have not. I have not.
Did
but
anybody here get a
that's-
check from Kash Patel? Okay.
That's what he said.
I'm just saying.
He's repaid.
I don't know what Americans expect. This is the most unqualified administration we've ever had in history.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you've got just a couple of people. You've got RFK Jr. Was an environmental lawyer, a lawyer, and a conspiracy theorist, and now he's the Secretary of Health. Where does he come to be the Secretary of Health? Has no medical background whatsoever.
Right.
You have
Well, he had a headache once.
That's true. You have Sean Duffy, who was on Real World, an MTV reality, his only qualification, again, when they're into clothing, is don't wear pajamas on a plane. That's all he cares about. Linda McMahon went from CEO of the World Wide Wrestling to the Secretary of Education. And I mean, and the Republicans in Congress just sit back and let this unfold for the American people. It's a disgrace.
Yeah.
It's a disgrace.
Yeah.
Well,
There's no oversight.
I mean, according
There's
to
no
this,
oversight.
Brian could be Secretary of State.
I trust him more, probably.
well, I mean, you could be. Sure. But why should you be? That's the thing. Why should any of these people be in these jobs? They're not qualified for them.
not.
Why have we, as Americans, not stood up and said, "Excuse me, RFK,
Yeah.
why are you telling me what to do with my family? Mind your business."
It should be the
I have
whole-
a doctor. I have myself. This is my family. And if I want my kid to get vaccinated, that's not up to you.
It should be the House and the Senate oversight committees doing their jobs to oversee these unqualified cabinet positions.
Well, and also
they should be doing something.
You always say it's up to the people, and we speak in voting booths. When you think about it, we have spoken and we are speaking. At the last election, there was a massive blue wave because the elected officials in the House and Senate,
They're not doing their jobs.
they're advising and consenting. We're just like, whatever you want me to do. So, like, that's how you got all these people.
Yeah.
I
But
wouldn't even...
it goes to what is government for? Government is to protect the people. That's why RFK shouldn't be in that position. You need an expert who's basing
Who
everything on
knows?
science,
Yes.
Right.
and he's not. And so that people can make their own decisions. Their doctor will do what they want, but they want some guidance from the experts.
Well, here's something they could do. I have eye drops that I take every day because my eyes are funny. They cost in the United States, it cost me $1,000.
My bow, right?
$1,000?
What's in those eye drops?
For these eye drops.
Yes, and
they
it's
allow me to
insurance
see
doesn't pay
better.
much.
For a month,
Do you know?
a monthly, a month supply.
For as long as they last. The bottle is
my
this
husband's
big.
doing the same
Yes.
thing.
So, you know what it costs in Europe? 20 euro.
Wow.
20
Wow.
euro. So RFK, you really want to do something for the people? You really want to get people understanding what can be done with the power of the government? Make sure we're not overpaying insanely for our drugs. Why are we
Pharmaceuticals, yeah.
why are we paying the way we are? Fix that. Fix that. $1,000?
It's worth it to take a trip to Europe to buy them.
Wow.
You know what?
And most people could never
I would like to
afford
go.
that.
I would like to go
My
to Europe,
God.
not having to worry about not having my medication.
Wow.
Yeah.
$1,000. And do you know how many medications in this country go for that much money?
Yeah.
A
And
lot
most
of
people
them.
can't
And
afford it.
people
Yep.
can't afford them.
right.
And that's one of the things they're trying to do to us. They're trying to choke us out of our medication.
That is not America first.
No, that is not America
right.
first.